Welcome back to Views and Vibes. Before we went to break, we were talking about women in hip-hop who both rap and sing. But those ladies who don't do both, who specifically rely on the emceeing part of it, not being as successful, can you, MC and rely just on that, not singing? Because even Eve sings from time to time. Can you rely on just emceeing and be a success in the industry?
Today?
Yeah, today.
Yeah, my honest opinion. I think times are just really changing and everything is merging. And if you really pay attention, you have Mary, who calls her rap self Brooklyn. You got Fergie rapping. You have Lil Wayne doing rock. Drake is singing. The hottest rappers are singing, or Nicki Minaj is singing.
Right.
So if that time, maybe, I don't want to jinx it or whatever, but I just feel like everything is changing. Everything is merging. You'll have people say there's no real hip hop anymore. Then you have R&B fans that say there's no real R&B anymore. Right. Then you have real rock people that say there's no real rock anymore, or they don't play my videos anymore.
Right.
I just feel like everything is really changing. So I don't know.
I think it depends also which level in the industry you're in.
Yeah.
Like, let's not forget underground artists like Jean Grey.
Right.
Jean Grey is awesome. I mean, lyrically, she does have a very strong following, and she's proven just with her words that, she is hip hop, and that she's also respected as a hip hop artist because of her lyrical wisdom, So, but as far as, I think that's just a point of versatility. I do believe, that you can do this without singing. I think it just all depends on your delivery.
Right.
Now Nicki Minaj is starting to do more songs where she's being vocal, but a lot of people are like, wow, like her delivery is awesome.
Well, let's talk about the image of the female MC, because we talked earlier about how it changed and how a lot of MCs came out and they were showing a lot more skin and stuff like that. One of my favorite MCs overall is Bahamadia.
Wow,
she's in my top 10. Male and female.
Yeah,
but she came out with one album and one EP and never really gained a lot of success. But she's a phenomenal, MC.
Yeah,
and even
dope.
Jean Grey, she's had same thing, an EP and one album. She's having a hard time getting out too. But these are people who are great MCs and who have focused strictly on MCing, but they're not getting that. And so what's the image behind it? Because I know Bahamadia is not the most attractive woman in the world, and so I know she had a hard time being marketed because, she did. But, but I'm saying that for a lot of people, when they look at female MCs, they want to see something, Is that a reality for female MCs now? Or is that something that you're fighting against? Having to fit into a certain image, a certain box, or do you feel like you can be yourself and still, gain some kind of
you have
attention?
to be yourself. You have to do you. Regardless, and like I said, I think it depends on where you want to go in this industry. Anyone who goes into this from a writer, hip hop. Mos Def was doing I think it was Escalade or commercial or things like that. Depending on where you go, you have to serve the people. So sometimes people lose weight the further they get up because people want an image to look at about fitness and health and well-being, and that this person is like a goal or entity that they can reach or that they can become, or that they, so I think it depends on where you go in the industry.
So to kind of piggyback off of that, again, I think is, where your goals are as an artist. Are you referring to, somebody being, completely mainstream and winning Grammys? Because there are a lot of people or female rappers who just strictly rap and they are successful. It just depends on what your image of success is.
Let's go to that point then. What would be a success, for a female rapper? Because you have a lot of male rappers out there too who aren't mainstream, who aren't getting the commercials, who aren't making the videos and stuff like that, who are out there, just gigging hard, for you. What would be success to you?
To me personally?
Yeah, to you personally, yeah.
Personally, I want to be able to pay my bills.
Right.
Right.
And do what I love and travel and basically just do that and perform.
But in order to do that, do you feel like you have to fit into a particular image, or do you feel like
as an independent artist, you create your own,
Absolutely.
And you have to be an individual, and that's what people. You can read when somebody's being authentic or when they're not, or when they're being packaged and when they're not. And I think that people are drawn to people who are real and who are authentic. And I mean, personally, I'm not getting butt injections and you know,
no,
that's just not me. I don't knock anybody who does that, and you know, hey, I'll go with you. You know, you go get the surgery or whatever, but I'm not gonna do it. So, but I think that it's just about individuality. And I think that, you know, the more people are afraid to just be themselves, you know, they'll be able to draw in an audience of people who are very similar to them as well.
And speaking to that, as being an independent artist, who is your audience? And how do you actually reach them? Because we were talking earlier about, you know, not holding each other up. How do you market yourself to people in general, just so they know who you are, you know, as a female MC?
To market myself into people in general?
Yeah, I mean, how do you develop an audience, and who is your audience?
Well, I want to reach the masses. So I would like to reach many different cultures, and like you said about you know, singing, I do sing as well. So I like to mix that, and I like to mix diverse sounds. I'm not afraid to mess around in genres that have a sound like jazz and have a sound like rock and have an old school hip hop sound. And I think the way that my company, Fatal Industries, kind of fuses all that together, it develops a sound that can reach the masses. I think the goal of the artist is not to stay in one realm and really be able to like free yourself and be open. So that's how I reach my audiences, really, you know, doing me. Absolutely.
I think it's about branding yourself and having, you know, something that people want to follow. And ultimately, everything is about the internet right now. You know what I mean? And the mixtape is kind of fading away, and it's tough because, you know, everybody's a rapper or everybody's a producer, everybody's everything now. You know, because you just have your laptop and a camera. You know, but ultimately it comes down to being able to brand yourself, not just I'm a rapper. Who cares? You can rap in your living room all day. Like, you know, I don't care what you look like, you're just rapping. So it's about creating that brand.
And it's really funny because it's hard for all artists out there, you know, whether you be in hip hop or not, especially when you have people making fame off of being on the news, and then they turn it into a whole, you know, song in itself, if you know what I'm talking about. So, you know, it's trivial for all artists right now. You know, what is really it? Is it comedy? Is it comedy in your music? Is it, you know, playing against a certain type? You know, so or playing on stereotypes. You know,
we have to take another quick break. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about battling. You know, with MCs and the competition between female MCs and just male MCs altogether. You know, so when we come back, we'll talk about that after the break.